Guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and today we're gonna be carrying on our RTS series. And what we did on the last episode is that we just started to create our widgets in here. So what I'm gonna be doing today is we're gonna actually create the settings that will show on those widgets as we select it and as we deselect the items. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So the first thing that we are gonna do here is we're gonna open up this VP actor selector. Nice. Actually, no. Let's just create the variable that will store all this stuff. So as you can see here, on our components, we're gonna right click here. We're gonna create a new folder called actor selection or actor selection selected. Let's just go actor selection, looks better. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna move this guy here, this component. Now in here I'm gonna create a blueprint structure, and this is gonna be called SD actor selection settings. And here we're gonna have a couple of variables. So we're going to create 3 variables for now, actually 4. Yeah, let's create 4 here. And this is going to be, I'm probably not going to be using this. This is just going to be an example, right? If you need to create this for your game, you need to implement a combat system, then that's something you should do if you have like some kind of attribute management, you should probably use that. But right now, we're going to just make this very, very simple. So what we're going to do here is we are going to create, so this is going to be first the name of the unit. This is going to be the icon of the unit, and we're going to have max health, and we're just going to have health, right? And this is going to be a float, max health and normal health. The icon is going to be a texture 2D, and our object reference, and the name is going to be text or a string. Yeah, string. Right, so we're just not going to give any, actually let's just put 100 and 100 here, and the name is going to be test, and we don't have any icon, so we're just going to leave the icon as default for now. Now the next thing we are going to do here, we're going to right click, and we're going to go back to our miscellaneous here. We're going to select data table, and we're going to select the structure SD actor selection, and press OK. And here we're going to call DT actor settings. Right. Now we're going to open up this guy, and we're going to create a value, and we're going to call, I don't know, let's say soldier, and the name is going to be soldier, sorry, and soldier. His health is going to be 50, and his current health is 50 as well. Now we need icon. Let's just go get some icons in here. So we're going to go to game icons. Yes, this site here, that's quite cool. I always get my icons from this site. And here we go, we have a soldier here that we can use. Let's just download the PNG. Now what we're gonna do here, that's being downloaded. I'm just gonna create a new folder here. You can put this whatever you want, whatever it makes sense to you. I like to keep, for example, if I'm creating like an actor, let's say if I'm creating a new feature for a game or something, I always like to create a folder and put everything together, because I know that everything in this folder belongs to this. But you can do this in many ways. So I'm just going to create a new folder called texture, and I'm going to drag and drop that image here, right? And one tip here that is really good, that every time you bring a new texture, make sure that the prefix is capital T dash, then the whatever is the image name. This is the default Unreal Engine use to do that. I'm gonna drag and drop this here. Cool. I'm gonna bring another one, and I'm gonna search for, let's say, Archer. Yeah, I'm gonna download the Archer here, and I'm gonna close this, don't need it anymore. Drag and drop the Archer here, and the same thing, capital T. Nice. Now I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna call the Archer, and this is gonna be Archer. I'm gonna drag and drop the name here, and they're gonna have 25 points of health, right? Save, and that's it. Alright, so far we just created a structure, we create a data table, and we are assigning some values to this. Nothing too complicated. Now, what we're gonna do here is we are gonna go back to our components. And now I'm gonna open up the actor selection, and what we are gonna do here is that we're gonna create a variable, and this is gonna be the settings selection, right? Which is public data table handle row here. Now we are gonna select our DT selection settings, and we're gonna get our default here. So this is the things that we have done already. So you guys already done these in the past. We're just literally doing the same thing here. Now for, actually, is that, no, that's the wrong one. It should be actor settings. Yeah, that's the one. And we're gonna give a default value of soldier, and then we can change that on the runtime. Cool, so we have this. Now we need to extract the information, and that's really easy. We're just gonna, on the event on begin play, we're gonna get this, get data table, so get data table versus role handle data table role handle get data table row. Yeah, that's the one. I always get confused with that name. Now for the data table, make sure you select the right one, the settings one, and from here just break, plug the name that. Cool. Now what we do, we set this to a variable called current actor settings, right? And this is going to be called load the actor settings. Alright, so let's test if this is actually working. So we're going to do a delay here of 2 seconds. I'm going to break this guy, and I'm going to print whatever the name that we have assigned to this. And here we have everything as soldier. That's good. So if I click on this, let me just put this on the side. If I go to the details tab, we have the actor component here. Let's make sure these guys are archer. Let's also make sure that this guy here is also archer. Now if I press play, I should have soldiers and archers. Good. Cool, nice. So now that we have that information, which is really cool, we can start to actually do something with that. Now, if you guys remember, we have, let me just close this for now, we don't need it. Actually, we do, let's just leave this one open. But now we need to basically extract the information from the actors that we have selected, so we can actually display that on our widget, right? To do that, so we're gonna go back to our player, and if you guys remember, let me open up this. On our RTS player here, we have handle, the mouse, drag, selection, blah blah blah, right? So in here is where we have all the actors that we have selected. right? This comes for us right here. So what we can actually do here is we can actually get, you see that we already have like a API add selected actor server. We already have this for us. So what we can do, we can use this to do whatever we need on our end here to add and remove that actor widget on our widget here, as we select it and as we deselect, because this function is already done that for us. We're gonna have to do some changes on this, but it's gonna be quite simple. So the first thing here, I'm gonna select on the main widget, and I am gonna call this widget, just so we know it's inside widget stuff. And on the, let me just put this on the side for now. On here, we are gonna actually open up our widgets, actor selection. Let me open up this. And here, what we need to do is to basically do actually a certain change here. I'm thinking that we're probably gonna need some kind of ID to loop and when we actually remove this. So let's go ahead and do this, and I'm gonna explain why we're gonna need this ID. Alright, so just gonna put this on the side. I'm gonna go back to our RTS control. We're gonna go back to the player, components, actor selection, open up our structure here, right? And I'm gonna add a new variable, and this is going to be the actor ID. This is gonna be assigned automatic. This is gonna be integer value. We're gonna save this, and as you guys know, let's just reset the engine because we changed the data table, and that can cause some problems in the future. So once this is back up, I will start it again. Alright guys, yeah, so the engine has just started, and let's just open up that level that we had, just called demo for now, and let's just close this for now, and the ID will be assigned automatic. So we're gonna get our player RTS here, our RTS actor here. Once we started this, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna set member, and the thing we're gonna set inside is the ID, and we're gonna create a random integer in range, and the range we're gonna do it is from 1 to a lot. So we always have like a unique value in this. If I press play, let me check in the, let's just put this on the side here. You guys won't be able to see this, but what I'm trying to do is that if I click on this runtime here, I should be able to see, you see a random ID being generated. If I click on this, and this is running, so they all have like unique IDs. Great, that's all we need for this. Because right now, then we can use the ID to do for eaches and select only the actors we want. Oh, I just changed the wrong thing here. Anyway, so what we are going to do here is now we need to actually loop this and add to our widget here. So as you guys remember, we already have this done on our RTS player here. Now, when we add the actor, what we're going to do is on the selected actor here, I'm gonna selected actor means the one we just created here, the WBP selected actor inside the widgets folder here, right? I'm gonna create a new variable, and this is gonna be the settings or actor settings, and this is going to be st that type of variable that we created, which I forgot the name, called st actor selection. That's the type of this variable, st actor selection. Make sure it is visible. Replication is, it doesn't matter, and make sure you expose this on spawn, because we're probably gonna need this to be set. before we add this one. Right, so I know this video is gonna be long, but let's just push this, finish, and then in the next video we can actually load information here. Right, so to do that, once we add in the actor here, when we do all this stuff, blah 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 blah, so we get the actor selected, you see that the actor has a component called the actor selection, right? What we can do here is, I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit, plug this right here. Now on here I can actually do something like this. So we're gonna get the settings. I'm gonna create a widget, and the widget we want to create here is the WP selected actor, and we're gonna plug these right here as the actor settings. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the wrong one, is settings. How have we called that? Current actor settings, that's the one. It's just probably could change that name to be a little bit more specific, but anyway, plug it right up. Cool, that's really good. Now the next thing that we are going to do here is that we're gonna get our widget, and if I go back to the main widget, where is that widget? Here, open up. Let's just double check. I'm gonna just delete all those here for now, we don't need it. So the vertical box, make sure this is going to be the selected actor box, and we're gonna make sure it's a variable, compile and save. Right now we can go back to our where is it, RTS control. Now what we can do is that we can get this guy and we can add a children or a child here, and we can just edit the widget we have created, and that's it, guys. That's pretty much we need here for that to work. Now of course that this is gonna cause some problems because it keeps, you know, adding those widgets. We want to make sure that we add it once, but this is something that we gonna figure out in the next video, which is a way of control and handle. So we only add it once in here. So yeah, once again guys, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.